Hello out there in YouTube land. Uh, Coming to you on Friday, September the 5th, about 1:11 in the afternoon. It's a pleasant day here. Temperature's about 70 degrees. There's a breeze blowing. I have a sweatshirt on because I'm not a Yukon resident. The Yukon residents are walking around in shorts and t-shirts this morning, but it's a pleasant day. I thought I'd bring you up to speed. I had promised you that I would do that. On Tuesday morning, we were able to, it was Labor Day weekend, this past weekend here in the Yukon also. On Tuesday the 2nd, I was able to get up and go to the diesel shop, Elite Diesel, and talk to Dustin, and he didn't think I would hurt the engine any to go ahead and drive it to the shop. So I did that. And at that time, he had just moved from one facility to another. His shop was in complete disarray. He didn't think he would get to look at our truck and just do a diagnosis until a week. He said, "I'll let you know next Monday what's going on." I said, "Okay." I got a text message on Wednesday afternoon, "Hey, we're doing diagnosis on your truck." And I was elated, and that was an answer to prayer. The diagnosis showed a badly cracked piston in cylinder number 5. So at that point, we looked at what to do and discussed all the possibilities, and we settled on buying a rebuilt long block, which is the whole motor, out of Edmonton in Alberta. But they called to discuss delivery times and everything, and discovered the engine would need to be built, and it would take 6 weeks to get it shipped and another week or so to get here. So that was not a viable option, because this campground closes the 30th of September, as most campgrounds in the Yukon, in fact, north of the Canadian border, a lot of them are going to be closed. So we looked at other possibilities and was going to have Tommy Hassler ship me a short block. Tommy was pulling some strings to be able to get it shipped as early as Monday, this coming Monday, which would be about the 7th or 8th of September. But in talking to Dustin, Dustin of Elite Diesel, he said, "Dave, you won't get that thing in a week. It'll probably be 2 weeks at best to be able to get it, perhaps 3, which means we're again at the end of September." So in conversation between Tommy Hassler of Hassler Diesel there in Bethel, Pennsylvania, and Dustin of Elite Diesel here in Whitehorse, the decision has been made that Dustin has a used motor that he took out of a truck. He knows its history, and he's going to do a little bit of band-aid up work on this motor that he took out of a truck in the past. That the owner had a truck that he wrecked that had all the work done on the engine. Make a longer story short, Tommy and agreed that it was what Dustin proposed was viable, and he's going to put that engine in our truck and ship my old engine to Hassler Diesel, and we are going to go home with this used engine. Once we get home, I'm going to have Tommy put everything back together and put that engine in our truck, so that we again have an engine. We know its history and we know what's going on, and I will probably look to sell the used 6-liter diesel that we're getting installed here in Whitehorse. So that's it. Appreciate your prayers, appreciate your concerns. Looks like we're still going to get to visit Hunter, our grandson, there in Plummer, Idaho, before we turn it and head it east. And I'll probably make a few long travel days and hopefully still home by the end of September. Thank you all for watching.